if you are not truly in love with your partner, they're not truly in love with you. True love is a two-way experience, not one way. So if you know, for example, you're only with him because he treats you better than the rest, but it's not really there, all right? Then trust and believe he's not in love with you, all right? Same way if you're a man and you're only with her because the family likes her, she's beautiful, she's all these great things, but it's not really there, then she's not in love with you. It doesn't work that way. So if you want to figure out there's real love, figure out that real love exists within you first.
If you love that person
exactly.
first.
And then and when you can say your love is real, then yes, I do believe that you will then be able to discover that their love is real as well. But understand this, love can be real, but again, a lack of healing and fear can get in the way.
Absolutely.
And so there are people who truly loved you and ran from you.
Love is not enough.
Love is not enough.
That is something where a lot of people say love is all you need. Mm-hmm. Love is not all you need. You need someone who's not going to scream at you. You need someone who is going to work on themselves and heal. Mm-hmm. You need someone who's willing to both meet each other's needs. Like a lot of things need to happen for it to be enough.
Yeah.
Because love is not enough. Is that right?
Yes.
So you got to ask yourself if your love is real for that person first to know if they truly love you.
Yes.
What else would you say there?
Second thing is, are they willing to embrace all your needs and desires? And I think needs, of course, come first, and then desires are second, But I do think that when we really love each other, we're willing to embrace those things. And again, that's why it's important to understand it's a two-way thing. Because why are you worrying about them being willing to embrace your needs and desires if you're not doing that for them? You have to start with you. So you have to start with, okay, am I willing to meet all of their needs and desires? I can check that box. Okay, now what are they doing for me? And if they cannot check their box, now we say this isn't going to work.
Okay.
All right? But you've got to look at yourself first, because too many people are saying, well, they won't do this, they won't do that. But there's things you aren't doing for them.
Right.
And that's not right.
Right. And you might not be the right match. It doesn't mean you're bad or wrong.
Exactly.
Just not the good fit for each other.
Exactly.
Okay, third thing?
A third thing to tell if this person really loves you, is they can be open and vulnerable with you. Mm-hmm. I think at the end of the day, anyone who's truly in love with someone is at least willing to try to be more open and vulnerable, all right? Or at least has moments. And that's the thing. I think that's the difference between the healed lover and the unhealed lover. The healed lover can be consistent in their vulnerability and their openness. The unhealed lover has these moments of vulnerability, but then they keep pulling back, all right? Because it's like the moment scared them. It's like, how the hell did I get here? How did they get me to be so, no, I'm not comfortable here. Let me retreat. You see? So it's this back and forth push and pull that happens a lot of times with the unhealed person who can love you, but they're so scared, and that throws everything off.
Absolutely. A lot to unpack here. So many good notes that I've got taken. Feel free to put your biggest takeaway in the comments below over on YouTube. Make sure to follow Stephan. I got two final questions for you. Mm-hmm. Before I ask the final two questions, I want to acknowledge you, my man, for always showing up. I think I've had you on, 3 or 4 times now. Yeah. Every time there's always something new, and there's always something that is reminded, because I feel like we constantly need reminders. Even when we learn something one time, we need accountability and repetition of this thing for many, many years for the rest of our life. Fitness, nutrition, spirituality, love, connection, business. We need accountability and reminders. Absolutely. So I appreciate you for showing up constantly as a reminder for all of us listening and watching. And I appreciate you for constantly diving in and doing the healing work. I know you got to write the letter and being what you talk about, showing up as what you're coaching other people. So I acknowledge you for all that, my man. I appreciate you. This is called the 3 truths. You've answered this before. If people want to hear this question, they can go back and listen to the other version that you shared. So I won't share what you said before. But if you had to share 3 final things on the last day of your life, and this is all people would have to remember your lessons by, the 3 lessons you would leave the world, and all of your content would have to go with you besides these 3 things. I call it the 3 truths. Okay. What would be your 3 truths that you would leave behind?
All right. truth number one would be heal. And under that healing umbrella would be don't take things personally. You know, don't internalize people's actions. Always embrace forgiveness. Because again, that healing has thrown people's lives off in so many ways. There are so many people who did not live the life they deserved, who were not able to be in the relationship that they deserved, who did not even walk in the purpose or career that was for them, all because of a lack of healing. And so, and some people unfortunately go to the grave with that lack of healing. And so it's such a huge part of life. And so healing has to always be, the first truth I would share.
Heal.
The second thing would be find yourself in your purpose as early as possible. And I say as early as possible because I think that society has created this mindset of you're young, you have time. You'll figure it out later, and later becomes later and even later and then later. And then what happens is you dig yourself this deep hole of where you don't belong, that it becomes hard to pull yourself out. All right. So if it's career, you may have spent the last 10 years trying to be a doctor, but your life's calling was to be a teacher. And now it's so hard to walk away from the degree, from all that you poured into being a doctor to now become a teacher. And that alone has derailed your life and taken you off of your true path. So the quicker that we can find ourselves and our purpose and embrace that, the better life we can live, the more we can walk on the path that is for us. And to me, everything else falls into place from there. You see what I'm saying? Peace, happiness, love comes when we find ourselves and when we find our purpose. All right?
Number three.
I'm drawing a blank, but I'm going to give you a number three. Number three. So we said healing. We said find yourself, find your purpose. I guess I would just say love without holding back. I think that holding back in life is no way to live, and fighting vulnerability. Like, we got to learn how to dive into vulnerability. And it doesn't mean no one's ever going to hurt us, but we take it for what it is, because hurt is an inevitable part of life. We cannot escape that. And the crazy part is, you fight so hard to escape it, you dive deeper into it from a different angle.
It's true.
All right? So you're going against a force you can't escape. So instead of being able to enjoy your life in the process, you have to still deal with being hurt, and you don't get to enjoy your life.
Right.
It's almost like, would you rather have $1 million, but you're going to go broke in a year, or to just stay broke for the next 10 years and never have a chance at $1 million? Just give me the $1 million for the year. At least let me experience it. Let me have that full experience in life. So I think with love to your fullest, and love your family to your fullest, love your partner to your fullest. Just give your whole heart. And again, don't try to stop it from being hurt. Learn how to handle the hurt that will come our way. Learn how to learn from these experiences. You know what I'm saying? Yes, have your safeguards, because I guess there's some instances that could really throw everything off, but you can be safe and still be vulnerable and still give with your whole heart.
Absolutely.
So I think that would be the third thing, because again, so many people are just not experiencing love and relationships and life at its fullest because they keep holding back so much.